Hello, sweet little bees. Tomorrow is a new moon. Hopefully, I will be able to do my regular new moon reading. But who was it that posted that? I believe it's Ethony. I can see now. I think it's Ethony, the wonderful lady who created. Gosh, I don't have her deck here. Oh yes, who created this deck, amongst others. She posted an interesting spread that I want to try. So the new moon is in Cancer tomorrow. In astrology, Cancer rules the fourth house of home and family. So this new moon is an excellent time to foster positive relationships in the home and broader community. We are talking about fostering positive relationships, not any relationship, but the ones that are positive, good for you, that allow you to grow and to be happy, right? We're all about being positive. So to do so, I'm going to use some of my regular ones for the moon readings. But I'm going to use the Tarot of the Divine, which also has like a bunch of moons, and the picture is also a beautiful lady in front of moon, and which I believe is the moon card. So we are still doing a new moon reading with a little bit of different cards. I'm also going to use the Salt and Sea Energy Oracle as energy rather than wow, I was like, no divine energy. We're going to have a message from Mother Mary at the end. Okay. We still have the divine with us anyway, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges, nos guides. What? 1, 2, 3, that's too many. I'm going to pick the one that went the furthest. And because they were all, I will look at them. Okay, we have spirit messages. Observe limitations. I like how I was just talking about not having any divine, and here we go. We have messages from Spirit himself, from the divine, from whatever source of love you connect with. Let me see. What I like, there is almost like a reflection of a wing here by its beak. So there is a notion, like there is a notion of connection, if you know, messages connected with events in your life and vice versa, but some kind of a mirror effect too. I wonder, anyways, I'm just throwing out there what's coming. Observe limitations, don't overdo it. Maybe with this time period. We have the energy signatures that jumped out and the third eye vision. The past is in the present and reclaim your mind. So, okay, I think I'm getting the message between the three here. Observe limitation, with observing limitation, with the past being in the present. The past should stay in the past. There is nothing you can do about what happens in the past, what happened in the past. See, you use the past sentence because there is nothing you can do about it today. You can learn from it, you can avoid mistakes. But with observing limitations, you can also, I think you are reminded to stop focusing on what you cannot change, okay? And with that third eye card, you have a reclaim your mind. So it feels like you are in this darkness here. And look at the light Spirit wants to bring you. Spirit is trying to like send you those messages, and you keep looking back and that little things that could be bringing you some light, but I tend to believe that the past is in the past. There is nothing we can do to change it. The only thing we can do is learn from it and move forward. There is a lot of light in this card. There is light in this one, and I like how how the Reclaiming Your Mind came out after this one because, I mean, these are the colors of the last, the two chakra. I don't burn my fingers. The two last chakra colors, the purple and the. I apologize for the sign. I don't think they're entirely correct, but I think that comes from the limitations of the machine that was used, or. Yeah, I think that's what it's like. These were, I expect, trial things, and I love it. Thank you, Crystal. But anyways, so this is the third eye chakra, and this is, I'm sorry, yes, the third eye chakra, but also the sixth chakra and the seventh. And we have these dark blue and violet colors in those cards. So it feels like even your past is affecting your spiritual growth. Like you're letting your past, like look at all these dark energy. Like there is an energy, I feel like, that's trying to give you this light, right? And by focusing in these dark colors from the past, you are stuck in this pattern here of maybe even you're like you roll in and you roll out and you roll in and you roll out. There is like this dark, like, okay, maybe like you're going into this dark thing and then something happened and you're going in the light and you're coming back out and then you go back in the dark. It's like you keep going back and forth, back and forth. You are called to reclaim your mind. So for the love of whatever you love, listen to what that source of love you connect with is trying to tell you. There is a messages. Look at that. Emotional challenges, resolve issues. There is whoever this message is going to speak to obviously has some very heavy, deep emotional trauma, hurt, possible depression. With the birds, there is a notion of messages, there is a notion of communication, there is a notion of discussing too. There is a notion of observe limitation. Let's say also, I'm thinking if you're into this mindset, it's possible you are using substances, alcohol, cigarette, sugar, overeating, whatever, to try to cover all this negative energy, all this trauma from your past, right? So, well, that's a start here. Like, maybe listen to the messages that your guides and mine working together are trying to, through me, give you with these beautiful oracle and tarot cards. And let's see if that will help you in any way, right? Interesting how I didn't use what I like to call a divine card, like the Keepers of the Light or the Angel Guide, or the other one I like to use. Where is it? Oh, the Angels Among Us. And we still the first thing, Spirit Messages. I love it. Let me read it since I have the time and I'm enjoying myself. Number 34. Maybe that will mean something for you too. Observe limitation, reflect and adapt to your surroundings. The beautiful hovering hummingbird. I love this. Is my favorite bird. One of my favorite. I like the hummingbird and the cardinal. I couldn't tell whether it was a hummingbird or not because it looks huge on this picture. It is a positive animal totem. Its simplicity and seemingly effortless glide across flower gardens reminds us to take things slowly. Often believed to float between realms, hummingbirds are light bringers. And it's interesting how you have this one when you are in such darkness of the soul, of the heart, right? You have this beautiful little bird that wants to bring you light. Also, there is a belief that hummingbirds are souls visiting you, telling you they are okay. Like if you if you think of someone and you see one, you know this person is telling you, "I'm alright, I love you, everything is fine," and vice versa. If you see them and you think of a person that's passed on the other side, this is the same message. So there is something about communicating with the other side, right? With your loved ones. Their healing hum encourages you to open your heart to receive love in your life. The hummingbird can travel large distances despite how small it is, and has the ability to fly backwards. That makes me think of this, what I was saying here, how you're like going this way and then going back that way. You're going back and forth. Reminding us that no matter where we are in life, we can always take a few steps back and try again. Being willing to step back and see things differently in order to take in the sweetness of life is all part of the hummingbird's blessing. Remember, you take a step back to take in the sweetness of life, not the darkness. You take a step back to revisit, to see, to observe limitations when it comes to dark things, negative things. The hovering wings of the hummingbird move in an infinite loop, the figure 8 pattern, like the bees. The symbol defined as an unending sequence. Also, like, you know, that's why the observing limitations, because, and again, with the unending pattern infinity, you could keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and just keep on hitting your head against the wall, right? This powerful symbol represents endlessness, the infinite life of the spirit. Right now, you have spirit guiding you. I love that. There are many messages around you that are waiting to be acknowledged. Pay attention to specific encounters, as these special meanings will bring confirmation from the spirit ram. Excuse me. Know that right now you are being visited by past loved ones. They are asking you to be observant of the signs they are sending you on a daily basis. Be aware of these moments as your mind wanders to nostalgic memories from the past. And what was it here? The past is in the present. Wow. So your loved ones are from the past are still coming to try and guide you. The study mirror from the past. You may be visited by loved ones while you are lucid dreaming. Keep a handy journal next to you, next to your sleeping space, so you can record these moments immediately. Please acknowledge these signs and communication with love and gratitude, as it takes a great deal of energy for these special encounters from them, obviously. The beautiful hum of the hummingbird inspires magic and joy to those that witness these joyful encounters. If you witness the flight of the hummingbird, know that luck and positivity is on its way. The shadow aspect of this card is creating complication and being over analytical. So there is something about the Page of Swords here. The Moonstone is a sacred crystal to carry right now to help you. And as angel, oh my God, I love this. I didn't think about that. Angel assistance is the angel Phanuel, bringing hope, eternal wisdom, and heavenly guidance. As an affirmation, which you can start tomorrow, because there could be a good manifestation. With a new moon, you start a new phase of manifesting, right? I am ready to receive confirmation from my spiritual team now. I am ready to receive confirmation from my spiritual team now. I hope this is clear. So you can take a screenshot and repeat it until it sinks in. Okay, what energy is going to be around us, s'il vous plaît? Nos anges, nos guides. During this new moon phase, s'il vous plaît. I love this. These cards are so thick. They're like, it's difficult to get a jumper out of them. sea anemone, which always makes me think of Nemo. You have protection, and there is codependency to watch for. But again, you have that protection from this, from your God, from spirit, from your past ones. Okay, the bottom of the deck is pay attention to your dreams. So if you don't hear that message, you won't hear it anymore. You really need to pay attention to the messages Spirit is trying to send to you, because this is like really being like a is that called a stroboscope? You know, when you have those flashing things in like nightclubs, or those lights that go psh, 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 like that, very white, and that's what I'm feeling. Like you have all these spirits and your loved one that are trying to send you all these messages, with a lot of you through your dreams. Pay attention. It's difficult. I have to admit, I'm ashamed. I may have done it when I was very young, but keeping a book next to my bed, I value my sleep so much, and I always say I don't dream. It's very rare that I do. So if I wake up, I pray and I want to go back to sleep. Okay, that new moon on In Cancer spread, s'il vous plaît. Nos anges d'amour. What is the message for this new moon in Cancer, s'il vous plaît? For our little bees. Oh, and we have no jumpers, do we? Interesting. Ah, I was speaking. 8 of Cups. Time for you to leave a situation that does not make you happy. You have tried everything. It's time to move on. Leave the cup for whoever is behind to pick up. It's okay. They're just things. Congratulations in doing that, by the way. Since it's jumping, you may have done it. So Spirit is telling you, good job. Okay, with the 5 of Coins, you may feel like you are, and this is one of, I don't know why I was so obsessed with this story when I was a little girl. It's okay, this deck is made of fairy tales and legends, okay. This is, I don't know why I would call it, fairy tales are just so sad. The little girl with the matches, I can't remember all the details, but the fact is she has to sell the matches in order to be able to go home where she sleeps, which is not even some orphanage. It's a place where you have the merchant that's giving the matches to all the children, and in order to go back home and sleep, they have to give the money of the matches, right, that they sold. And nobody is buying matches. You can see that she is barefoot. Her feet are like frozen. She's at the end of the story, just like most fairy tales, she dies. But the angel of death comes and takes her with he, she, them, I don't remember, like, you know, it's an angel. And she's happy and relieved, and she's gonna go with energies that love her. So I think that's what I loved with this story, and that was making me so emotional every time, is that, okay, well, her life was horrible, but at least on the other side, she's happy, she's loved, she's warm, she's not suffering anymore. So there is 2 messages about this card. The 5 of Coins tell you that you may feel that you are in lack of abundance, that you may feel like you are suffering like she is, that you may feel that you are freezing. But this is just a phase. Help is on the way. And again, look at how this is the help of the other side that's coming. This message is very powerful. Since the beginning of this reading, how you have somebody from I don't want to call it the death run, but from the other side, you know, like from not our living room. You have loved ones and your angels that are that keep trying to tell you how much they love you, how much you're going to be okay, how much it's just a phase, how much you'll be fine, how much you will be helped. Even if it's just with that side, you know, the passed on ones. We have the Seven of Swords and we have the Nine of Swords. So again, like that goes well with that energy of the Five of Pentacles where you feel cold. Seven of Swords is betrayal here, and Nine of Swords is you suffering. Another interesting thing about the Nine of Swords is that the Nine of Swords is the dreams. You have bad dreams, you have anxiety, it's tough at night, right? And we are telling you to pay attention to your dreams. So it's possible that you'll also be going through this anxiety because you're not paying attention, because you refuse to listen. For some of you, opening that third eye, you know, is or your spiritual energy or vibe or mind is difficult. That Seven of Swords, I want to try, let me see if it tells us this story, because there is something unusual about having to be sneaky, if I remember correctly. And look at how you have transformation in the back. That Seven of Swords, let me see if it tells us the story. The Seven of Swords is a trickster, and the coyote represents deceit in all forms, from small pranks to terrible scandals. He is clever and manipulative, but more often than not, he is caught by his own schemes and has to pay dearly for them. So it's time to pay for the sins too. So it's possible that you may feel that you have done something that hurt someone, and that's giving you anxiety as well. So since we're talking about time to foster positive energies in the relationship, let's see what you can do about that, right? So you can stop having this anxiety and nightmares. Let me see where I can put my little spread here. Because obviously the message is, the guidance is on the bottom and I can't see because I'm blind. I need to change my glasses. I need to manifest. I can see now. I can see clearly now. Okay, let me put that here. Alors, how can our little bees bring more balance to their home? S'il vous plaît, nos anges, nos guides. How can our little bees bring more balance to their home? With the Queen of Swords. So, the Queen of Swords, I was reading about it last night. She's clever, she's witty, she doesn't let her emotions take over. She's very smart, she's brilliant, and she speaks the truth. She's not going to it could even be that that you could be hurt by what she has to say. But look at this, with the bird we have the communication. With the anemone, we have the home, I feel, and with the fish, there are plenty more fish in the ocean. But in this case, and this is a fighter, so like you may fight for your dreams. And the Queen of Swords wants you to communicate your truth, speak your truth. But you can do that with, you know, being smart and witty. And let me see if I can, I would like to bring... I'm going to have to work on that. I would like to bring the screen closer to the cards. Can I do this? Yeah, that's a little better. I bet you're not seeing the rest here. Apologies, I'm trying to make it better. Okay, so, you know what? Let me see what... Because I like to know the legends. And it's interesting how we are in the sword again. So there's a lot going on in your head as... the oracles have been telling us already. Give me the sword. I was just on it. Here we go. What this? It's the Arabic. Okay, so this is interesting because this legend is coming from China. Oh, it's an Arabic folk tale about China. I don't remember reading this one. The Queen of Swords is a fierce and exacting force. Turandot does not forget betrayal, so her judgment, while fair and principled, seem brutal and cold. Still, she is open-minded and intelligent, and she can be charming and witty when she chooses. It does talk about protection, again, meaningful criticism, tough love, skepticism, and intelligence. So, based on what is bringing you pain right now, because we have seen that there is pain, you need to be smart about it and you need to communicate. We are talking about you fostering the positive relationship in your home, okay, and broader communities. This is what this new moon is about. This is what the sign of the Cancer is. We're talking about your home. We are talking about how to make a happy home, right? So to bring balance to your home, you have to come to a conclusion. You have to be fair. You are called to be fair. You are called to also use your head. For once, it's interesting. What I find interesting is that you have all these nightmares. You have this notion of being betrayed or having betrayed. And you are called to forget about having been butthurt. Okay, this is not about your emotion. This is about what makes sense for you. So try to find some logic and to make sense about the situation and speak the truth. There is something very important about this Queen of Swords, is that she's fair, she's methodical, she's logical, she's funny. She reminds me of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. You know, she's brilliant, she's smart, she's funny, and she could also not realize how hurtful she could be, but she never comes from a bad place, okay? Because I mean, as a queen, she's put together, and with all those flowers, oh, I like how she has like there is like death on spikes. I mean, her head's on spikes, like she's like Dracula's wife. Oh my god. I wish I could just pause and go get the book and read the story of this Queen of Swords here. Obviously, don't mess with her, right? But bring back. This is how you bring back balance. No, not with being messed with. I'm losing sight of what, because I'm focusing on the story here instead of how you bring more balance to your home. Bring more balance to your home by being fair and communicating. The Queen of Swords is all about the mental and communication. Okay. About, having control of the situation also. So regain control. You definitely are called to regain control of your mind and of what you want. Let's see what we have. What old family beliefs need to be healed? Interesting. What old family beliefs need to be healed here, s'il vous plaît, nos anges, for our little bees? What old family beliefs need to be healed? The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is that you always look at, and this one's great, because this character is looking at all this gold here, all this shining stuff, while look at how we have a little bird on, what is that, a wooden cup looks like? The belief is that everything is great here, with the gold, with the with rich, like being rich is what, having all this money, having material things, whereas this little bird here bringing you love and messages from the divine is sitting on Honestly, it looks like a terracotta cup or a wooden cup. And you're not looking at it, but this is what Spirit wants you to look at. Okay? The truth, the positivity, your abundance is laying in simplicity. Look at how you have what looks like some fruits and flowers, but like how much you can build with, you have life around this cup. Whereas here, the peacock, rooster, and I'm not sure what that, we have a peacock or rooster, and I'm not sure what that other bird here is. These are all statues, so they are not real. And they represent egos. The peacock and the rooster are birds that represent a big ego, right? Whereas we have, let's see if the description of the card gives us this bird here. But it's interesting how we go right away to you having to let go of material things when we had the Eight of Cups walking from 8 cups in the, while I was shuffling. What is that story? Apologies. The Four of Cups. The Nightingale. It's a Danish folk tale. The Fourth Cup represents romanticized bad choices while ignoring the good alternatives before you, or behind you in this case. It is coveting what is superficially better. Neglecting a plain oh, that's a nightingale. Okay, who can actually sing away death. That's what it is. Okay. So, it's interesting how one of the keywords of this card is daydreaming, lethargy, reevaluation. So again, like with the daydreaming, we have the notion of that Nine of Swords where you're like having nightmares and having, being in your head all the time. And you have messages coming from a hummingbird, which is a small, the representation of the hummingbird being a small bird, but sending you messages of love from the universe, from Spirit, from God, from your loved ones that are past. And with a nightingale that is singing, okay, also just like that beautiful voice, right, that's singing death away. And that's said in like how death would be a bad thing, right? We're not talking about transformation here. We're talking about you appreciating life. So those beliefs that need to be, let me see that again, how the question was. The beliefs that needs to be healed, the old family beliefs that need to be healed, is that not everything is in your abundance, your value, whatever will bring balance to your home and happiness to your soul and this positive energy here is not through things. Okay, you may need to let go of things that just things don't bring you love, things don't bring you warmth. Gold is cold. Not that you don't need it, okay, you need to be able to you can't live off love and water, okay, I get that, but you can have abundance of money and of food when you're grateful for having what you need. The more you are grateful for what the universe is giving you, the more it comes to you. If you keep on looking at this and ignoring what the universe is bringing you, this abundance of nurturing, of love, of food, of stuff that you need, you will just die with a cold heart and in the cold, like that poor little girl selling matches. Obviously you have the angel coming to get her, but she's missing out on the beautiful things that life can bring. I hope that makes sense here. Okay, so that's the old belief. that everything is in like the gold, in the material. Get out of the material things. Material things you don't. Oh, another thing is that things don't go with you in death. Okay, so you can collect all the things you want. When you're gone, your things will be trash. Somebody may sell some stuff or whatever, but most of the time they just end up in Goodwill or in the trash because it's too much work. It's overwhelming for people. So living in simplicity and appreciation is it's not easy, especially in the way of life that we are. You know, we like to have things. We like, I mean, just my decks alone. I like to collect. I like to have plenty, but I don't buy those for like, oh, look at that. This is material things, right? I hope. Anyways, what old family patterns need examining? So we're talking about repetition. It's interesting because we already had the notion of pattern repeating themselves, like going back and forth, we're doing the same thing. So what old family patterns need examining? S'il vous plaît, no guide. We have the Justice card, and I wish I could just blow this up to see what's on the coin. It looks like a horse. So this Justice card is represented by a character. I don't remember reading this tale either, but he's sitting on a yin and yang looking shape, which means like, and he's got one foot in the red, one foot in the like turquoise looking thing color. So he's balanced, right? We're talking about fairness again. There was a Queen of Swords, a lot of wow. The Queen of Swords talking about fairness, Justice talking about fairness, but also Justice talks about, and look at that, she's next to in the spread, she's next to this is like this, she's next to the Queen of Swords, he's next to the Queen of Swords. With the Justice we have the notion of karma, Wheel of Fortune, paying for your sins, or the one that have hurt you, old family patterns that need examining, old family patterns that need examining. I mean, to me, that's a good pattern, believing in justice and karma. We have the number 11. What old family pattern in examining? The Justice card is number 11. Who is it? We have, oh, this is a Korean legend. Justice is power wielded with both intelligence, and we have intelligence again, and impartiality. It is making decisions with all the facts and accepting the consequences of any choice made. It is punishment of the corrupt and promotion of the deserving. We have harmony, balance, equality, virtue, honor. That didn't help me because I already mentioned that. Old family pattern. Why examining this old family pattern? Maybe some of you need to remember that fairness here. It looks like there was some hurt, okay? There was some hurt. There is a notion of being too materialistic. There is a notion of having nightmares. With Justice, I feel like, because this is examining the old pattern, right? I don't feel like this is a bad pattern right there. You know what? Let me see upside down what it means. Hang on, because I don't do reverse, but I think maybe we need to see the negative. The negative side would be like some stuff that are unfair, but let's just see. Hang on. I'm going to go get my... I'm going to look at something. Okay, so with Justice in reverse, with this deck, We have karmic avoidance, okay. Unfair, victimization, okay. Cancel culture, being shamed and blamed, retribution, imbalance. Okay, I think that's how I'm gonna look at it. And then this deck talks about bad luck, upheaval, disorder, external forces, lack of control, unwelcome changes. Okay, so I think that's how we need to look at it. You may feel like you always have bad luck, like you consistently plays a victim. I mean, in your family, like maybe this is a tendency, like, you know, doing the poor me, trying to, you know, that victimization thing, like, oh, and with the karmic avoidance, like that's a very strong feeling when you feel like, you're always, I'm going to keep this one here. When you feel like you're always getting punished, like the universe has it out for you, like everybody, every time you do something, something happens. That's a mindset. That's not how things are. Okay. It's up to you to make the change. It's up to you to observe limitations to that. It's up to you to reclaim your mind. This is just shit happens, okay? But the more negative you are, the more you tell yourself, I have bad luck, I have rotten luck, people hate me, poor me, poor me, poor me. I'm not saying this is all your family doing that, okay? But if it is what you have been around all your life, or if it is a behavior you have been following yourself, you may do it without even realizing it. The poor me needs to stop. It's time to take responsibility for your actions. It's time to take responsibility for you. It's time to reclaim, what is it? Reclaim your mind. You have the power. You have the help. You have the love. And maybe that's why you have all these messages coming, or trying to come to you, to get to you, because you just being so stubborn, like with and you know, I'm not judging, I'm just giving you the messages that I get with the cards here. That's what this is for. This is the help this is supposed to bring you. So like, you do you, okay? At the end of the day, we all have free will. But what I'm getting here, and it's just funny because the energies were doing so well in the past few months, and I feel like I'm going back to the beginning of the channel, when I would get like so irritated. Now I don't feel irritation. I feel more like some sort of sadness and hope at the same time, where it feels like you want to get out of this darkness. You are working at it, but as long as you have this in the back of your mind and in your heart, about with that cancel culture here, maybe you are from a different culture and you feel like you were persecuted, or maybe you were, maybe you feel this with validation, okay? Maybe your culture was persecuted. But today, you have the power to speak. Today, you have the power to be who you want to be. Despite, I hope, even though there is great racism still in the world, there is still great, what is the term? Oppression. We are also not at the beginning of last century, okay? The world, parts of the world, is a lot more open to goodness. Part of the world is a lot more open to understanding, to loving, to giving, to sharing, to being free. So maybe it's time for you to like turn this around and be like, okay, I'm gonna do what's right. I realize that everything that I do, there is a reaction to it. I'm going to show fairness. I'm going to balance myself and realize that there is a lesson to what I've done. And look at how we have truth here as a keyword also. That goes back with the truth of this Queen of Sword. Like, get back to that Queen of Sword, energy where you can claim yourself for who it is that you want to be, whatever your religion, your background, your culture, your beliefs, your sexuality, whatever it may be. You are you. You are loved for who you are. You are loved no matter what. I mean, this is like spirit is telling you how much you are loved. Okay, your passed on ones are trying to tell you how much they love you. So if you want to rebalance all that, the old pattern here is like leave the past in the past again. It's like I'm going back to what happened in the past cannot be changed. What can you do about it today? Okay. It's obvious that communicating with love and understanding will bring you greater things than focusing on what doesn't matter. I mean, you are trying to bring positive relationship in your home, right? And make your environment more positive. So one of the things to do is like to bring balance. And I like how this is not black and white. We don't have a yin and yang shape that's black and white. We have orange and turquoise, which is different colors. So you are called to bring balance in a different manner. I like that. Okay, some serious hurt in the past family story here, and I'm very sorry about that. But it looks like justice is also coming there for that, or may have come. How can our little bee be a more impactful community member? That's very interesting. That's an interesting reading. How can a little bee be a more impactful community member, s'il vous plaît, nos anges? 8 of Wands. Notice the bird. Notice the passion in his beak. Notice the big flame. It looks like a phoenix. So with a phoenix, I want to see if it's I'm thinking of phoenix because of the fire. Okay, like all these beautiful colors. Maybe something else. It's obviously a bird of legend. But with the 8 of Wands, we have communication again. You have a bird again. You are really called to look at situation from a higher perspective, like a bird's eye view. Okay, like notice how some things are so little. They don't matter. You know, when you are from a higher perspective, you may not even see them. Okay, we have the bird under the Queen of Swords. See again, so communicating your thoughts. But like here with the thoughts, you were getting your stuff together. With the wands, you go into action, and you go into action really fast. Look at this bird is like diving with the flame. Okay, I want to see if we're talking about a phoenix here with this 8 of Wands. I love how we went from thoughts to emotion into like that justice, which is a major arcana. So this is something very strong in your mind here, to action finally. The 8 of Wands. What is this bird? Linnate legend. The 8 of Wands represents quick. It's a rainbow crow that fly quickly to deliver us warmth to the cold earth below, singeing his wings in the process. His sacrifice and swift journey are fruitful. But it's a quick and decisive action. But look at how I was talking to you about communicating and bringing love instead of that victimization, instead of that anger, and how this bird is bringing warmth to a cold environment. So You may have been betrayed. You may feel like there was some kind of betrayal. I'm going to put it upside down because nobody cares to see that. But you are just called to bring warmth to your community. And in order to bring warmth to your community, you need to let go of this negative energy from the past. I know it's easy to say. I know it's very difficult for all of us, okay? But this is the action you need to take here. I love how you have the Eight of Wands is in some decks you'll see letters. This is messages. This is letter. This is communication. And with this one, you are called to communicate your passion. You're called to communicate your flame. You are called to warm, cold, the things that have been cold, like freezing. Brr, the thing. You are called to warm them up with your love, with your messages of love, with your growth. We have a bird here, we have a bird there, and we have a bird here. And the crow, I just realized, so the hummingbird talks about the souls coming to tell us how much they love us, right? To remind us that they are trying to communicate with the other side. The nightingale is singing death away, is protecting you from those bad energies, those negative energies. And the crow is also a bird representing a soul. So pay attention to those messages and look at how you have growth on these wands, on these pieces of wood. This was quite the interesting reading. I'm fascinated. I don't know how to finish it. I don't know how to. I wish I had a deck with I'm thinking with birds, with messages from the past on. I'm trying to think if I have messages from the past on loved ones. But anyways, let's see. 0. I have to put my password again. So that was foster positive relationship in your home. What else could we add to that? No guide d'amour. What else could we add to that? I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, let's do the moon thing because this is the new moon reading, right? I'm going to pick just an extra message from the Moonology deck here, s'il vous plaît, nos anges. I mean, it's a long reading. I think we are at almost an hour, so I warmed up your ears enough with this message here. S'il vous plaît, nos anges. I hope that helped you find some clarity. Extra message for I repeat here, s'il vous plaît. 2 cards came. The energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon, and you are good enough. That goes well with this victimization here. Look, it's like the man in the moon is telling you you are good enough, and you're getting this nurturing feminine love here. Full moon in Virgo, if that means. And we have, and look at that, we have 3 birds here flying. The energy is gaining momentum, like you're going higher and higher, and we have this purple color. I'm this is something. Maybe you're like, you love birds or something. At the bottom of the deck we have some more purple with it's time to release negativity. Hello. A quick message here from the Moon Magic. Little message. Thank you. I let go of the anxiety needs of others. So if you tend to be empathetic, maybe that could not be, I mean, there is not many of you watching these anyways, but you have enough to focus, you have enough to worry about yourself for not adding other people's situations, feelings. Look at this picture. Beautiful. Should we go to a message from Mother Mary? S'il vous plaît, ma petite maman Marie. Message for our little bees for this new moon. This is beautiful. I wonder what the new moon, the regular new moon reading will be. Our Lady of the Abundant Garden. See? And again, we have a bird. But I think, no, there is no bird on all her cards. But here we go. We have a, and this time is a dove talking about peace and soul coming to visit also. And this abundance in the garden. See? Not in the gold here. For every need that you have, there are ample channels through which that can be fulfilled. You can delight in your life and enjoy all the riches that are available to you. And riches is not just gold. If only you open your heart and release your fear. This is a very strong message through this reading. It is habit, not reality. So that goes back to this past victimization and what was it? Karmic avoidance, like everything is unfair. You're going to pay for what you've done to me. It is habit, not reality, that keeps you uncertain. Trust in our Mother and in Spirit, in that universal love that you're getting, because you are getting it. Like, this is the one thing you shouldn't doubt. Love is out there and you are receiving some. Trust in our, I mean, just like you are, you know, you have some people that don't like you, I'm not saying, but you have a lot of divine love to begin with. Trust in our Mother and you shall be nourished in her living garden of love. I love this as you have the bird in the yard here. Wow. And that was the card of, let me review that again. That was the card of this one, 2, the old family beliefs that need to be healed. How that love is out there. It's not just in, it's nice to have riches and it's nice to have money, but that's not what makes you rich. I mean, I know this is cliche, but that's how it is. Ali, I'm going to give you a healing angel card message, just because I want to send you more love and some gratitude message. Trust. Just like Mother Mary just told you, 9 now. Or maybe 9 will mean something to someone. All will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and heal you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. How much, I mean, not all the cards do say that, okay? So you know that if you've been listening to, you know, not just my videos, but any reading, it's not all the cards that tell you that. So, how many times did the French word is rabâcher, like repeat and repeat and repeat, but how many times does the universe need to tell you that you are loved, that you're beautiful, that you are capable, that you are amazing? S'il vous plaît. Thank you. Gratitude message is take it easy. Gratitude is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes practice, and just start easy. Just when you open your eyes in the morning, be grateful to be here, to be healthy, to be breathing, to have food in your refrigerator, to have the water you need, like just simple things, but see, like all of that already. Every day is a chance. So just take it easy, and you realize how. Last night when I came back from our hebdomadaire, our weekly I was worried that I was not going to find a spot in front of my apartment because I forgot to freeze the garage to go park my car. And you know, I live in a street that gets, when you come home at night or late in the evening, there is no more spot available. So you have to make sure you have room in your garage or an available spot. And I was like, oh, please, 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 please. Like, I was so desperate, and I'm asking the universe, you know, and my, like, whoever, divine love, you know, like, please, 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 let me have a spot in front of the house. I was like, oh, I'm so stupid. I was angry with myself, and we came, there was a spot right in front of the door. I mean, like, unseen. So it's just something, I was so grateful, and it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about that. Today is the 4th of July, you know, there is going to be a big mess. I don't want to move the car, and it's right there in front of the house, so it's perfect. With that, I'm sending you love. I wish you a happy 4th of July if you hear this today. Happy new moon season if you hear this later. Happy whatever if you hear it, whenever you hear it, because keep in mind this is timeless and collective. So whenever you heard this, there was messages for you, and I hope this helped you and brought you some clarity. As I said, sending you love. Bye bye.